milestones.
In terms of what you think might come out of this, obviously we don't know the details yet. It's difficult to verify the actual facts at this point independently. But when we get incidents like this, does it further more difficult?
Go ahead. On with that. There.
Both, because footballers are role models.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no.
Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
This is Qiana.
And I'm your brother John. And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project, Community Development and Training Center. See that?
See that.
And we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in and helping us to redefine what school, because smart is
the new
gangsta.
Baby.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Now you know. It's hump day. Good morning, Charlie. So Charlie done hopped on both ways.
Oh yeah, Facebook and YouTube.
Oh, we appreciate it.
We definitely appreciate you sharing, tagging, liking, and all of the things that you do. Also, we want to let y'all know that the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is an independently produced program. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by the host, guests, or callers are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views, positions, policies of Carefest Radio, 99 Jams, ownership, management, affiliates, sponsors, or partners. Yeah, whatever you did, that worked out.
That worked out for you?
That worked out real good.
Not for me, but go ahead. Keep on talking.
Yeah, that's all right. All right, so we thank y'all for tapping in, tuning in again. Go ahead and tag a friend. This will be a great time for you to tag somebody. Tag them, tell them to get in, get on up, get out that bed. You remember get out that bed?
Get out that bed.
Get out the bed.
Yeah.
Get out that bed. the wake up calls on
What radio station was
That
that?
was WRXB.
Yes.
Yeah, that was WRXB. Get out that bed. What that say said.
From
She-
Puerto Rico.
From Puerto Rico.
So funny story is I was looking for a flight to go to Puerto Rico yesterday.
Okay.
Me and my cousin Keisha was talking and we was like, we just gonna go to Puerto Rico. So I've just put in some random dates. I found a round trip ticket for $160.
To Puerto Rico.
Yes, so we might, if I'm gone on the weekend.
You in Puerto Rico.
Yes,
Puerto Rico.
that's the plan.
Okay, let's go with it. Run it.
Mm-hmm.
Run the play. Run the play. I've never been to Puerto Rico. I know Brother Donnie spent a lot of time in Puerto Rico.
I've been to Puerto Rico once.
Okay.
And I think it owes me a redo.
And you know, Brother Donnie is multilingual, right?
Right.
And his wife is light skinned.
Yes. Light skin.
Light-skinned. And so he told me a story about how when they were in Puerto Rico,
Mm-hmm.
how everybody would come up to her thinking that she was the native,
Right.
know how to speak the language, and she can't. And he the big dog,
Dog.
you know what I mean?
Chocolate brother.
But he fluent in Spanish.
And that's his stomping grounds. He loved
yeah,
Puerto Rico.
Yeah. So it's interesting how, stereotypes really work.
Oh, sis said his round, her round was 120.
Okay.
No, I done found some good round trip tickets. Like you just kind of got to play with it,
Okay.
and you can find some good. I think the time that I went, like the ticket was like $100 each way. I mean, round trip tickets.
I don't know how long. Maybe 2017. I do know how long because that was Savior's Day, Detroit.
No, I will hop on a plane.
Yeah. I used to, but not so much anymore.
I understand why.
Yeah, right.
I do.
So that's news for some, and news just regular news for other people. Jesse Jackson passed.
Yeah.
So Jesse Jackson, I'm gonna read it, but I'm about to say for people who don't know who Jesse Jackson is. Jesse Jackson was an American civil rights leader, Baptist minister, a political figure, and he was born October 8th, 1941 in Greenville, South Carolina. He became active in the civil rights movement in the 60s. He worked with Dr. King and the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, and he was also present in Memphis on the April 4th, 1968, when Dr. King was assassinated. There's a famous picture with him on the balcony, and Jesse Jackson's in that picture. As far as his organizational leadership, he founded Operational Push, that was People United to Save Humanity. He founded that in 1971. And then he later formed the Rainbow Push Coalition, focusing on civil rights, economic empowerment, education, and political participation. I remember hearing about Jesse Jackson when he ran for president. He ran for the Democratic nomination for president in 1984 and 1988, and he became the first African-American candidate to mount a competitive national presidential campaign. In 1988, he won several state primaries and caucuses and received millions of votes, placing second in the Democratic primary. So yeah, later in life, they said he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, and in subsequent years, he started reducing his public appearances, but he remained associated with the Rainbow Push Coalition.
I'm reading the comment.
What they say there?
Got MLK shot.
I did see that. I remember hearing that too.
I heard that. So I don't.
Yeah.
I hate to go down the theory like that rabbit hole, like to go through that conspiracy theory. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Here's something that I didn't know. Reverend Jesse Jackson actually was in St. Pete in April of 1994, and he led marches to speak about local issues, including crime, violence, and community concerns. He was reported to have led a crowd through parts of the city and delivered remarks aimed at addressing youth violence and drug issues as part of that visit. I think he might have been with Up with Hope, Down with Dope marches.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
No, I definitely remember those.
and I think he was a part of one of those in St. Pete. So yeah. And then another, if we talking about
Tell him I had a baby on his wife.
Lord have mercy.
This is it. So
Lord
good people
have mercy.
sometimes do bad things,
Lord
right?
have mercy, yeah. Lord have mercy.
He say talk ish about the Obama. I mean, listen,
Yeah.
we're gonna.
And I think he was the one who advocated for the African American, like out of going from black to African American.
Yeah. I saw that too.
Yeah, I ain't really.
You know what? I'm finna tell you.
Yeah.
You can't please us. I always say that. Like, they ain't gonna forget when you mess up.
Oh no.
Oh, they're gonna remember when you mess up. Now forget all the good you did.
We used to say, you don't talk bad about the dead. That was the thing I remember growing up. They used to say.
So,
Remember that?
so are you supposed to lie?
I mean, you ain't got nothing nice to say
So I'm going to tell you, I was at a funeral.
about the dead. Yeah. Okay.
I was at a funeral. I'm not going to say who funeral is it.
Okay.
And then everybody got up and was talking at this funeral.
Okay.
And I'm like, who are they talking about?
I remember I went to a funeral that was
right. And I'm like, I don't know that person.
Yeah,
right.
The version of that person.
Right. But I've known that person all my life. And I'm like, I never knew that person.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to do that.
But I didn't get up there and say, "Oh no, I didn't remember that person."
Yeah,
you know.
No, I had so I went to one of my cousins, and I think my wife was with me too. And so one of my cousins passed away, and then his cousin got up. He was like, "Y'all need to stop lying. That boy was bad." And everybody just bust out and went laughing in the church because he was telling the truth.
But I think you need
like that boy was bad.
I think
and then he started telling stories about how
bad he was,
and everybody knew, like, yeah, you're right.
But I think there's a way how it's the way that you do it.
Yeah.
There should be some honesty. Don't be up there talking about, oh, they're a perfect angel. Yeah. They never did no wrong. I don't know what we gonna do. Yeah. And no, I'm not with that. Do not listen.
Yeah.
Tell the truth. Like if you didn't like me, so here, when I pass away, if you didn't like me, don't come to my funeral.
Okay.
Yeah, right. But tell the truth.
What she say? You went to my daddy's funeral.
Miko, it wasn't your daddy's funeral.
Not that one, right?
Not that one,
yeah.
but
yeah. So you got Jesse Jackson passed away. R.I.P. Jesse Jackson. Again, I'm sure he did some good for some people.
And we was about to cancel Michael Jordan.
Oh, yeah, Michael Jordan
almost got canceled.
Almost, yeah. He was getting ice out of the
little boys, yeah.
But they had it looking like some Epstein stuff.
They was ready to cancel Mike.
Yeah, they was trying to go in on Mike. Horrible.
And they still is. They're like, I ain't see no ice drop.
The boy's shirt was soaking wet.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. and then it actually do make sense when you look at it, like he was trying to, and then wipe the so.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, you're right. They was about to cancel Mike. All right, so I got a would you rather.
Okay, go ahead. Would you rather?
And it's right off the internet. So would you rather do 2 years probation or 20 days in jail? Listen. So check it out. There was a woman in Detroit. Let me see. A Detroit woman named Debria Trinette Williams. She went viral after rejecting 2 years probation and choosing to serve 20 days in jail instead. Instead of going to jail, she decided that she was going. Instead of going to probation, she was going to take the time. And so they said her case stemmed from a crash that resulted in a third-degree felony charge. In court, she told the judge that she would rather do the jail time and move forward with her life than spend 2 years under supervision and strict conditions. There was a clip of her decision that quickly spread online, and it sparked an intense debate. So many were shocked, since probation is often seen as an easier option, but others pointed out that probation can come with strict rules, travel restrictions, mandatory check-ins, drug testing, and the risk of jail time, even for a minor offense. And so her choice ignited a wider conversation about freedom, control, and whether a short sentence can sometimes feel less burdensome than long-term oversight. So again, what would you choose?
2 years
on papers or 20 days?
I'm going 20 days in jail for this one.
Okay.
And just thinking about it, 20 days in jail, they gotta buy back some days. So you're not gonna do the full 20 days in there, right? Okay. So you're gonna get out and then you're done with it. Okay. Now, if I'm looking at a lot of time and I'm going to prison, probation me.
Okay, but yeah, because 20 days is 3 weeks.
And then time served, you do that. Like you might be in there a good 8.
Out of the
you in there a week. You take it as a vacate, like lay down, get some rest. You can't call nobody. So 20 days, me, Alex.
I hear that.
But
doing? Put it in the chat. Let me know. 20 days in jail or 2 years.
But probation is hard for some people, and for me, like probation wouldn't be hard for me.
Okay.
Right. When I'm thinking, I don't drink, I don't
Like
smoke.
travel.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, I do, but I mean, I'd rather be out here and then maybe asking for permission to go somewhere.
Okay.
Because
20 days. Yeah, 20 days.
yeah, I could do 20 days.
But yeah, 2 days definitely. Mika said me too. She gonna take them 20 days. Go lay down.
But see, probation.
But
But I would. A lot of people don't like probation.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, you don't like probation if you still want to do bad stuff too. But if probation is kind of hard for you, like if you get put, like if somebody get a traffic stop, because any interaction that you have with the police can violate you.
Like what's the guy? Big Mill had 10 years probation or something ridiculous like that, and then like you get these long time probation stints.
I know some people with some long term probation, and they are doing okay.
Wow.
Listen,
just fine.
they doing okay. I mean, you to be able to be out here and have your freedom and to go to work, make your money, be with your loved ones, all of the stuff, and then you could still get caught on probation.
So how much time would it be like what's the maximum if you're saying okay 20 days? What about 60 days? What about 90 days? Like what's your cap on?
I don't know what my cap is
This is like okay, how far are you willing to go?
I know I'm not going.
Days, like, okay, yeah,
I'll do 20. If it say prison, I don't.
Be a year.
So probation me.
Yeah, a year and a day.
Probation me.
Okay, gotcha. Anything under a year?
I can't admit to that either.
So you ain't copping to that either. not even.
This is why I don't do crimes.
Yeah.
I'm telling not nothing like
straight and narrow. Yeah. You can't do the time.
Mm-mm. No, I don't want to be there.
Wow.
What about you?
I'm taking them 20 days. Come on.
Yeah.
20, man.
Those 20, because that didn't add up. Like if you did 20 days and maybe like a year probation with the early term of 6 months, and then I can do that. Like if they say 20, if it was 1 year probation, early term, you finish all your stuff and be done in 6 months. Before you know it, them 6 months is already up, and I don't have to give you those 20 days. But 2 years is a little excessive. Yeah. So you getting every 10 days, you getting a year.
Yeah, and then you got to check in. You got to do all the stuff that go with that. That would be a lot. I just act right. That's what Will said with you. I just act right. Let's just act right. Mm-hmm. And then in that same spirit, we was talking about the Mother's Day bailout that we did, and I was reading something that said back in August of last year, President Trump actually signed an executive order that's aimed at ending cashless bail policies in the United States. He said the goal is to re-emphasize pretrial detention for individuals accused of certain crimes. Basically, he's saying that they don't want you to be able to bond out.
I know.
Yeah, he's saying that once you in, you in. The order basically declares that federal policies and resources should not support jurisdictions that have eliminated cash bail for defendants accused of offenses that are considered public safety threats. He said that he didn't want cash bail, and so the cashless bail system basically doesn't mean that you don't have any conditions. It just means that it doesn't require you to have to pay money in order to be released while you're waiting on trial. Because again, when you're waiting for trial, if you don't have money, you can't get out.
Yeah, and then just think, if you can't get out, usually that doesn't work in your benefit, right? Because if you're out and you need a lawyer, you could go to work, you can make some money, you could pay your lawyer, and it's not on your loved ones to try to figure out your case. And then we know how the system, unfortunately, arrests people unlawfully, and so now you're locked up, you can't get out. You can't afford a lawyer. You don't. And then the public defenders, some of them are good, but we hear the stories.
They had a story, it was a documentary about Khalif Browder in New York. I think Jay-Z might have published this documentary, but he was in jail waiting for trial for like 2.5, maybe 3 years before he even went to trial because he couldn't afford to bond out. Mm-hmm. And then what he experienced in jail, he ended up getting out and killing himself afterwards because of the traumatic experience.
Right, because he's not that person.
Yeah, but he could. I mean, he just was, couldn't afford to bond out, and because he didn't have the cash to bail out, he had to stay in jail. So it's ups and downs. But let us know what y'all think. Do y'all think that the federal government should influence local bail policies by tying them to funding? What you think? Y'all supporting no cash bails, or
I'm not supporting it.
Yeah,
I'm a no.
No on that one.
I'm a no on that one.
Yeah. Let them people get out if they can get out.
If they can, and if they can't, now some people don't need to get out. Some people don't need to get out, but the people who can't get out, they set their bonds very high, so that because when we went to court for example, the guy had like $300,000. It started at $500,000, and they couldn't bond him out, and then so they dropped it down like 100,000. He never got out throughout the trial. He lost the trial too, but he should have.
Yeah, wow. And that's the other part of it. They said so it doesn't mean that you don't have any conditions. It just means that the court's gonna require you to pay money to get out while you're waiting on trial. Instead, the judges assess the risk of flight or your danger, and they can set conditions like check-ins, ankle monitors, or house arrest. Reform advocates say that cashless bail helps address inequities where poor defendants can't afford the money to bail out, and they end up stuck in jail strictly because of their income. And so that's what it's intended to address. Again, if you don't have the money, you might be, they say you're innocent until proven guilty, but if you can't afford to pay, then you can't get out.
Yeah.
Eyes on that. Haven't seen how they implemented it yet, but it is something that's actually in the works. Also, St. Peter's being a utility company. We might have talked about it a little bit.
We did.
But they said the city has officially began the process of hiring a consultant to conduct a feasibility study on whether or not the city should replace its service provider, Duke Energy, with a city-owned utility. The city has released a request for proposal to find firms to do the study. So it's coming first. This actually is at a time where its current 30-year franchise agreement with Duke Energy is set to expire in August of this year. And residents, business owners, and some city leaders have raised concerns about rising electric bills, reliability, transparency, and local control of the power grid. Some of the things that the study will look at, the study is expected to evaluate several key questions. First, there's the financial feasibility, which would answer the question, would a city-owned utility cost more or less, is what they want to ask. Like, would it cost more for us to do it or less than what Duke is doing? Technical and operational requirements. Could the city actually run a state grid, be a part of this? Legal and regulatory issues. So what laws or rules would need to be required in order for the city to do it? And then renewable energy options. Whether a city utility could actually operate with 100% clean energy, which is the goal. And that's something that they'll be looking at as part of this.
So let's say we got the study, the 30 years is coming up. Can we just not do an exclusive deal with them and then have like Tico, some other companies come in? Because right now they got exclusive rights to just, and I don't know why we did that. Like, I don't, what is the benefits of doing an exclusive deal? We don't get any benefits.
Yeah.
Only person that gets the benefit is the person who got the contract. So what did they, I just want to know, what did they sell you on to say that we're going to be the only one?
Be the only one.
The only ones, not that like, okay, if you're the only one, we're gonna make sure that you're always 10% under our normal way. Like, what was it? Because like it don't really make no sense.
Like franchise, that was one of the questions too. Shout out to Councilman Corey Jr. He was asking the question, what are they doing with the money from the franchise? Because they do get, $1 million a year for the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
What that entailed and how much they get for that as well. So again, keep your eyes open for that one. What y'all think? Should the city do the electric grid or leave it alone?
I think they should explore it, and why that, but I don't like to rush into anything, right? It's just messing us all up. Take your time, but I do think once the 30 years up, I think we should be entertaining other companies to come in and let them do that. Like you say, but we're not doing exclusively with you. And while we don't have this exclusive deal, we have some other people that come in, and while we're building our own infrastructure so that we can supply our city with it. And so now we don't feel like we're rushed, and then we don't mess up. You have something that in the middle of this going on, so everybody still have it. We're not stuck with Duke. You can get somebody else, and then we can build ours while all of this is going on. That would be my idea.
Yeah, and they've been going hard. Duke has actually launched a campaign where they actually knocking on doors to try and get people to not support it. Was a
Don't come on my door. No. But they have. No. But no, don't come to my door.
Calling, knocking on doors.
Don't do it.
Ads with them, like saying, "Hey, the city's trying to take over our business. Don't let them do it."
Right. No, let them do it. Y'all ain't no good. And then they
So what y'all think? Okay, would you rather have a little electric city control,
Mhm.
even if it means city debt or responsibility is the question too, because the city might have to pay debt to pay. It'll be a lot of transition.
that's what I'm thinking. You let other people come in, and then the debt we can kind of eat that up. Like we don't have to assume that automatically. You know,
Yeah.
we already we were $8 million in deficit as a city
right
now, but then we're gonna originally be 2 million. So we gotta figure out 2 million to make up to come whole
now,
because we get seen from.
okay.
That's what I'm doing. I
don't know if that's 16 is the general fund or if that go to a different.
what pot did the money come out of?
Sure. But yeah, you're right. We was down 18, we got 16 FEMA, so we still gotta find that.
That's simple math. That's simple math. I mean, we don't have to make it real hard.
It's not as simple as we think it is sometimes.
Mhm.
The government not being simple. We also after the break, we got a candidate for office, Career Scruggs. Mayor, she's gonna come in. Y'all know putting out the call, asking candidates if you wanna underwrite a show, if you come in, and so Maria accepted the offer, supporting local radio, coming in to the voters. And so after the break, she'll be here. She'll talk about her campaign, talk about her platform, and encouraging y'all to call in. And, you know,
Okay.
if y'all want to call in, get your questions answered. And so while letting our guests, I also want to read a couple of these announcements for y'all. The Black Money Movement. Y'all make sure that y'all support the Black Money Movement Cash Mob. Is back in full effect. You join us as to support local black-owned businesses, circulate our dollars in our community, enjoy barbecue, good food and vibes. This month's cash mob, March 7th, will be 12 o'clock at 1836 9th Street. They're going to take out on Bajas and cash, bring your people, bring your appetite. Let's show up and split out together to make an impact. Most again, Black Money Morning, Black Money Movement, definitely y'all can kind of support that.
Right. So pre-order your food at my house, or you can pull up.
Yeah.
Right. And you call the number there because they only do takeout. So this ain't nothing new.
Yeah.
So just FYI.
That's right. And so so y'all can tap in, do that, all the things, and then we'll come back with the candidate, Maria Scruggs. The line 727-324. I'll give us a couple if you have questions. If you want to hear from Mrs. Scruggs.
Absolutely.
Boy, y'all, back 6-7 minutes after the hour.
syndrome because a year ago I confronted some Doge employees and asked their names if they had the required training. This is what I used to do for my job, and because of it, I was retaliated against and terminated.
All that and more coming up. Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. The U.S. military has carried out strikes on 3 boats in the Caribbean and Pacific, killing at least 11 people. following news of law.
And you know what? Just like that,
Yeah.
we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back.
Okay.
Okay.
What's on your mind? So welcome back to the Tampa Breakfast Club.
And Qiana.
Program is brought to you as part of the WUJM Project, Community Development and Training Center, aka STEP.
See that?
And we like to thank y'all for tuning in and helping us to redefine what a smart is.
The new
Thanks.
baby, baby.
If you don't know,
Now you know.
one thing they might not know is that
Tell 'em.
the Breakfast Club is an independently produced program. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by hosts, guests, or callers are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views, positions, or policies of KRFS Radio 99 its ownership, managed, affiliates, sponsors, or partners, basically but us.
Okay. Switch your mic out. Keep on saying your mic, Courtney. Let me see.
Switch out the microphone. And then you can like
Yes. So here we have
yes.
Miss Maria Scruggs,
One and only.
the one and only Maria Scruggs in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ma'am. Thank you for having me this morning.
I love it. I love it. And we put out a call for candidate and you responded to the call alone.
Lord. There you go. This got to be the show. You got to come on. And are you not on Tampa Bay Breakfast? I'm trying.
You just- so I can tell you, so the misconception is like really, it's really like a text and call. Once for political, it's a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Because there's, because some other loopholes that we got to do. We welcome everybody. It's like, hey, just come,
Yeah.
and we will direct you.
Absolutely. We got beautiful pieces and you bring it over there. And that you gotta go through some protocols.
Yes.
And that's why we heard what we had to read the thing at the top. Because we got in trouble. We wasn't reading that thing at the top.
No.
Disclaimer.
And then people was trying to call the principal on us and all this other stuff. So I guess we might,
Don't let them just say that. We just talking to other people. What you mean?
yeah.
Those to that. You the race jumped in early. One of the first ones to get was
The first. Yes. Yes.
prompted that to like not because I see it's like people waiting and never
Mhm.
declaring but not like what made you want to just like go ahead and
Well, after receiving several calls about the possibility of either running for the District 6 seat or the mayor's seat,
Mhm.
to be honest, my focus was on retirement.
Okay.
I felt that I had given as much as I could give, and that it was probably time for me to call it quits, definitely at Orange County.
Okay.
And, what would go along with that was potentially my community service, even though very useful and energetic.
Yeah.
And after a couple of conversations, I said, okay, well, let me pray about it.
Mhm.
And in that process, what came to me is I needed to talk to people.
Mhm.
So I had two focus groups, one men, one group of women, and the consensus was you need to do the mayor's thing. You got all of what it takes. And so from there, I went into prayer. And I said, what will happen if it is intended for me? God will lay out what I need to do in order to run. As you know, this is a time commitment. It's a people commitment and a big money commitment. And the only thing that was not there on August 1st was the money.
Okay.
And God said, don't worry about that now. I'll give you the people that you need to help this on the road. And August 1st, I was at City Hall calling.
Love that because that's one of the things we talk about. Just if you've done any community organizing 101, you got organized people and organized money.
There you go. There you go.
Organized money that organizes and
There you go.
people
You can
that was good.
absolutely. And
then for those who don't know just kind of your background, I mean, you got an extensive resume that qualifies for this run. So maybe share a little bit about yourself.
Sure.
You may not.
One of the things that I like that will separate me from anybody that's in the race now or anybody that plans to get in the race. I'm not a professional politician.
Mhm.
I'm a public administrator that has been trained in the state of Florida on how to run public organizations. I'm certified by the state of Florida as a public manager. I'm not aware of anybody running this race that will have that designation. And had the ability to apply those fields to law enforcement, corrections, public housing, healthcare, community planning, profits. And I believe that is one of the things that will set me apart from any professional politician that will get in this race. Professional politicians do two things. They run to get elected and reelected, and they raise a lot of money. They are
professional politicians. What do you mean?
Yes, they're necessarily administrators. They've not necessarily had jobs where they've had to manage people, processes, systems, and technology. And in the 20th century, as we know, your biggest asset in the workforce are your people.
Right.
And I believe that has probably been one of the biggest disconnects for this current administration, is a disconnect from not only the people that work for him, but from the people that he serves. And an understanding is that we serve. Yes. We're not kings and queens. Wow. That comes with titles and authority. We actually work for the people. And when you've done that for over 40 years, it's not something that I have to practice. Okay. I know how. It's not on the job training. It's just going through this political process to get elected. Yeah. But we hit the ground one, because in my role, number one, as a resident of this city for, I've been back here since 1987 and have been actively involved in this city politics since then. So there's not a whole lot that, like in the bathroom, like a lot of people get elected and they got to find the bathroom in the city hall. I think I can hit the ground running, and the beauty of it is I'm there present. It's not a position that I believe that I can work from home to accomplish. It's one that requires engagement. And when you have almost 4,000 employees, you have to be very strategic on how you engage those people. And that's what I think sets me apart.
Okay, just hold on 1 second. I'm Facebook people. I'm gonna log us out and log us back in and see if that said it, because they're talking about the sound. They say the sound is horrible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is really, and there's nothing on my end that I'm showing. So you know how like sometimes you just gotta kind of really start.